been a gentleman's game. A game of tradition, etiquette, and above all, sportsmanship. Until now.
Y'all ready for this?
Meet Happy Gilmore. He was a hockey player.
It's my puck, baby! Don't you ever touch my puck!
Who was skating on thin ice.
Ooh.
But when his grandma needed his help,
Mrs. Gilmore owes the IRS $270,000. We're gonna have to sell the house to someone else.
But she's an old lady. I mean, look at her. She's old.
he discovered a new talent.
It's like 400 yards away. It's unbelievable.
Now he's going from the rinks
Step right up, folks. See if you can outdrive the amazing golf ball whacker guy.
to the links.
Where are you going with those clubs, Punk?
I'm your caddy.
He's gonna be on the tour. That's super.
He's got the swing. He's got the drive.
He shoots, he scores!
He's got the balls.
Oh, God!
Hurt a little, but I'm all right.
Quite a large and economically diverse crowd here at Invitational. I guess it's the new tour sensation, Happy Gilmore.
Hey, if I saw myself in clothes like those, I'd have to kick my own ass.
And while he's trying to keep Granny out of the rest home,
I'm telling you, this place is perfect. You're gonna make friends in no time.
he's driving the game of golf
Why don't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
straight into the ground.
Damn you people, this is golf!
Hi, Bob Barker. Looks like you're not going to be putting together today. This guy sucks. All right, let's go.
Universal Pictures presents Adam Sandler
The price is wrong, Bob.
as golf's missing link, Happy Gilmore.
Well, last minute change here. I was going to do the National Lampoon's Vacation movie. I decided to pull out at the very last second when I was at work and decided to do Happy Gilmore instead.
Why?
Well, since this is golf season and the second movie is out.
There's another one?
The second one, that's honestly the main reason is because the second movie is coming out. That is why. The trailer, yeah, they did. I'm not saying it was a good idea. But yes, this is one of the, I guess we can call this the sequel 25 years later or more era has begun. So,
Yeah, they. Let's see, there was Hocus Pocus 2. There was Beetlejuice. What else? Twisters.
oh yeah, that was a remake, but still, it's the same idea.
They put an S at the end. Still put out a second.
I mean, they did make other Ghostbuster movies. They started doing more Jurassic movies. Those do count.
Yeah.
Those do definitely count because they still had Sam Neill and
It was still the same concept.
it was yep. And not only the but they brought some of the old people back for the last one. That Old Dominion, I think they brought the old people back, so that definitely counts. Oh yes, that's right. They did bring Dr. Wu back. So yes, Happy Gilmore 2 does add to that list. And I'm sure there is more to come. I wouldn't be surprised if they made a Caddyshack 3. Yes, because they did make a second one. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did a third one with pretty much the entire original cast dead. So so I will see how I grade Happy. Well, this one doesn't count. This is a goofy golf movie. This not even in my sports whatchamacallit. It's not even in my sports thing in my DVD case. It's in with the comedies. So I don't count this as a sports movie. I guess in some ways it does count, but no. Well, this is a goofy, like I said, this is a goofy golf movie. This is a hockey player turned golfer, so he makes it. This is not the way golfers act. So I will review that right. Well, that's true. So I will review it after this.
I'm spending Wednesday night at the in-laws, but I'm not missing the Wednesday night movie.
I'm working the late shift, but I'm not missing the late show.
Thanks to Sony's revolutionary Betamax tech, which hooks up to any TV set, now you can automatically videotape your favorite show even when you're not home and watch it anytime you want.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm going home to watch The Late Show.
Well, this was the Betamax before the VHS tapes came out, and as you can tell, I did a very early 80s commercial to match up with the vacation movie. So obviously, I did it with Happy Gilmore instead. Yeah, kind of a weird little mix there, but that's okay.
Oh, you sure did wrong.
Yeah, that's where I'll save it for the summer. That'll be a nice little summer movie to do.
Who the heck is making videos in the summer?
At
You work days, I work nights, ain't gonna happen.
No, there's weekends, and then Friday night is always a possibility. So, anyways, so this is Adam Sandler's fourth movie, I believe. He did Overboard, he did Airheads, he did Billy Madison. Then I believe he did Happy Gilmore.
Never seen any of them.
Would you like to?
No.
That was a very fast no, folks.
I've seen 51st Dates, I've seen The Water Boy, I've seen the Falls that I've seen.
A little bit.
Story.
Should probably stop at Waterboy.
I ain't good.
So let's see. So after Happy Gilmore, you had Big Daddy, you had
Oh,
Mr.
yeah, seen that one.
Deeds, you have Anger Management,
Nope.
you have Punch Drunk Love, you have Grown Ups and sadly Grown Ups 2,
Never seen them.
The Water Boy, which I'm not even going to bother. Little Nicky, I'm not even going to bother. Let's see, what am I missing here? Did I say 51st Dates or did I? Or did okay? You said 51st Dates.
Do you mind?
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Oh, yeah,
Some silly Zohan movie. Jack and Jill.
Never seen it.
And then yes, like you said, bedtime stories. Click.
Never seen it. What is wrong with this cat?
Hotel Transylvania. Hotel Transylvania 2.
That's animated. How is
It's see, he still did a voice in it, so it still counts. And 8 Crazy Nights. So
right?
yes, the cat is causing problems. So yeah, so moving on from Adam Sandler, there were some pretty interesting co-stars in this movie. Julie Bowen, who plays Virginia Bennett, she was in Boston Legal. She was
You are still out.
no, you saw her co-star in that. She was the one that was with Michael J. Fox, and she was dating that other lawyer that wasn't in it in the last episode you saw.
Christopher, I've seen like 3 episodes of the whole thing.
Well, you mentioned her the last time we watched it. You said how she wasn't in it.
Okay.
And then we also have Carl Weathers, who plays Chubb. We know him from the Rocky movies, well, from 4 of the Rocky movies.
Never seen him.
He was Apollo Creed.
Never seen him.
So he was also in the Comebacks. I think he was in Predator.
Nope.
I've never heard of Carl Weathers. Oh, that poor man. You're going to hurt his feelings. And then Dennis Dugan was in this. He was Doug Thompson. He directed this movie. He played very little roles in some other Adam Sandler movies. I guess he was in that stupid Zohan movie. He was the trick or treat guy in Big Daddy.
The bumpy dude?
Yes. Oh. You remember him.
Yeah, that might actually be the first one I ever seen with.
He had some other small roles, but I did not know that he directed and he was also in this movie, so that was kind of cool when I did find that out. We all know Bob Barker had a little role in this. He is the one that beat up Happy Gilmore on the Celebrity Tour.
Who is Bob Barker?
Oh boy, the original host of The Price is Right.
Do I look like the kind of person that had watched that?
You should be on it. You're so good at mentioning grocery prices. You'd be perfect. Yes, so Bob Barker, yes, the original Price is Right host. Yes, is in part of this movie. We also have Ben Stiller, who
You
was
gotta
on.
say late.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, late. Yes, Bob Barker is dead. So
Oh, you after this video.
then we also have Ben Stiller, who is uncredited. He was the orderly at the assisted living home, or sorry, rest home. And then Happy Gilmore's grandmother's played by the late Frances Bay. Let's see. Oh, yes, and Christopher McDonald. How could we forget Shooter McGavin? He is the antagonist in this movie. I should have mentioned him second. He was in Flubber. He was in Quiz Show. He was that jerk son-in-law in Grumpy Old Men. You would remember him if you saw him.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. And I want to say maybe he was in 101 Dalmatians, but I could be wrong on that. So the live action. I think he was in a Disney. I think he was in a Disney movie. I might be thinking of Flubber. So, anyways, these are pretty much the stars that are in this movie. Adam Sandler, of course, has his buddy Alan Covert in it. He plays his caddy. So, and Kevin Nealon is also in this as well. So, well, all right. So the story is very very simple. Happy's living with his dad. His mother leaves his father because all he does is watch hockey. So
Wait, his name actually Happy?
his name in this yes, the name of in this movie is his name is actually Happy. He seems to be named after athletes. Gilmore is probably named after Doug Gilmore since he was a hockey player.
Okay, that's not how the happy part means.
Yeah, his I think it's a joke because his name is Happy, but he's a very angry man.
So you.
Oh no, I'm not angry. I'm just honest. So so anyway, so Adam Sandler he plays Happy Gilmore and is angry. So because his father loves hockey, Happy stays with his dad. He takes him to all these hockey games, and his dad ends up getting hit in the head with a hockey puck. And he passes away, so Happy stays with his grandma. So later on, his grandmother is hit with back taxes, and of course, the IRS does what they do. They go after little people or old people. But people like Bill Gates gets to stay alive. So now Happy has to find a way to get a lot of cash to save his grandmother's home. Yes, I'm trying to remember where I was. Yes, yes. So I did say that Bill Gates gets away with not paying taxes, and I'm not going to apologize for that statement because I guarantee it's true. So, anyway, so yes, he has to find a way to make money to get his grandmother's house back, since the evil IRS took it. So, he does manage to punch the IRS guy in the face, which is everybody's dream. So, of course, people like this movie because Happy Gilmore just kind of punched whoever got in his way. So he found a way to make money by, he pretty much bet the guys that were repossessing all his grandmother's possessions. He ended up betting that he could hit the golf ball farther than them. And he did by a lot. So he figured out a way to go to the driving range and he can outdrive people, make a few bucks that way. And then two people came up to him and said, "You should play at the Waterbury Open." And he laughed at him until Chubbs came along and told him that he had a really good long ball. Problem is, in golf, you need more than just a drive to be very, very good. You have to be good at your short game, and also there's a thing called putting, which is incredibly important. But again, this is that could mean anybody. So that
I think the guy like this and this. They got beat by a 7-year-old.
oh
She might have been 6 at the time.
Yes, there's those fake sport guys that probably should not have watched this movie because they imitated his shot several times.
Are we talking about the same person?
So I might be talking about a few different people this time. But yes, it's around the same ballpark. And then there's another one of my wonderful friends who claims to be a sports guy and swung the golf club like a baseball bat. That doesn't work either. So,
Who the heck did that?
no, I'll tell you off camera. I'm trying to remember where I left off here. Oh, yes.
But I don't know.
Oh, yes. Actually, you can, if you want to look up this fake sports guy, you can do that. Just watch 4th and 30. The host is Maxwell House. I forgot we could actually do that because, yes, I did have a sports show on YouTube at one time, and this was years ago. So, yes, if you do want to check that out, you can. I just gave the channel right there. So, anyways, so since we just did my YouTube history that I forgot about, um, it was years ago. I think that was like 2010 or something like that. So a young Chip is a actually my name was Chip on that show as well. So so now that we've gone through the 4th and 30 history, back to Happy Gilmore. So I pretty much gave the whole story here. How Chubbs is he wants him to eventually um, develop his game before he really goes into any major tournaments. But there's just one little problem. Happy Gilmore needs money and he needs it now. And his grandma is also trying to hurry this along too because she wants to get out of the rest home. And surprise, surprise, she's treated poorly at that rest home as well. So may not be a surprise to quite a few people that have had this happen to them. So they do kind of make light in this situation, and I believe in the TV versions of this movie, you can see Happy Gilmore beating up the orderly guy. When you watch it off of TV, it could be a deleted scene of some kind. So now I will go through the first clip, and it pretty much goes through Happy Gilmore as a child. So I will show you that clip in just a second.
Dad always took me to games to cheer for our favorite player, Terry O'Reilly, the Tasmanian Devil. He wasn't the biggest guy in the league, but he feared nobody. It was going great, but life is full of surprises.
Well, this is pretty much Happy Gilmore's childhood here. Obviously, it was going pretty good until his dad got hit with a hockey puck, and obviously, like I said before, he goes and lives with his grandma. So we don't know how strict Universal is with this whole time limit. So when he goes to his grandma's house, she had a mask of Gene Simmons, who is, of course, the lead singer of Kiss. The Kiss was a rock band, not one of my favorites. So I don't really care if you don't know who Kiss is. They're the ones that had the mask, the face paint. They had the long tongues. Oh, okay. Well, I don't really listen to them either. And that kind of cheered him up. But he did, I guess, with his dad dying, he did have a short fuse. And when he was at birthday parties, he hit somebody on the head with a hammer, hit somebody on the head with a hammer. And boy, I hate to see him at gender reveal parties. So, anyways, so he ends up getting a call from his grandma, and she says that they're going to that the IRS is planning to take her house away because she doesn't have any money. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Grandma? Hey, put that stuff down. It's my grandmother. Put it out, kid. Just doing our job.
What are you talking about?
Grandmother hasn't paid her taxes in over a decade.
Why? What? You didn't pay your taxes?
I would have, but I didn't have any money.
So this is the IRS taking this poor old lady's house. This is pretty much Dave Ramsey's heroes. Is definitely the IRS.
Who's that?
Oh, some stupid guy that sells books. He gives great advice. First, step number one is pay your rent. Duh. Do you really have to pay $60 to hear that? But yeah, people buy his stuff. But that's Dave Ramsey. So, anyways, this is the IRS taking his grandma's house, and because Universal might be strict with these 6-second clips, I will, however, show Happy Gilmore taking out some frustration on this nice, warm IRS agent employed by the wonderful U.S. government. And I will show you that clip in just a second.
We're gonna have to sell the house to someone else. No, I don't hate you. He hates me.
I actually think that they kind of did a bad job with this IRS agent. This guy kind of makes him seem like he's not heartless. I think they could have made him kind of mean.
Not all IRS agents are mean.
Yeah, but this is a movie. They could have made him more hateable, is what I'm trying to get at. Maybe the guy from Grumpy Old Men would have been better if they got Buck Henry to play the part instead of this guy. Although I think this guy could have played a pretty good mean character, but he was polite and Happy Gilmore kind of threw him out of the house.
Through the house.
Through the house. That's why I kind of wish they made him kind of nasty because right now it kind of makes Happy Gilmore kind of look like a jerk.
Oh, yes.
Yes, he is, and this is what people, maybe the younger generation, should do is watch this movie first because in a lot of his newer movies he's actually a nice guy. So
Constitution Big Daddy, too.
yeah, he was. Well, yeah, but that was one of his earlier movies though, and so I meant his earlier stuff. As our cat is chewing up the furniture. They're scratching it. So anyways, so now I will show you the wonderful rest home that Grandma is going to, and we will meet Ben Stiller, who plays the orderly, in just a second.
I can't accept that. Don't you worry, kid. You can take extra special care of that young lady over there. Or no.
Could I trouble you for a glass of warm milk? It helps put me to sleep.
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Well, obviously he's not very nice. So I think Ben Stiller is playing himself in this role because I don't think I think this is Ben Stiller at his best is when he plays the role of yes.
Why did you just say?
Because that's not my line. But now some people might call this movie a comedy classic. We will see where I put it.
I haven't laughed once.
You haven't laughed once. I chuckled. Does that count?
No.
Oh. Well, I guess so far I haven't laughed either. But we will see. This might pick up. But let's find out. So now I am going to show the next clip here where the two movers are, I guess they're hitting golf balls in his grandma's yard. You know, that is really not cool. I just thought of that. They're actually ripping off the lawn. So these two rude guys are, and I don't think they're very good. So I think they're really ripping up the grass. So I will show that clip in just a second.
It's not as easy as it looks. Sorry, ladies, I'm not the golfing type.
I'll tell you what, you hit a ball past my ball, and we'll go straight back to work so you can watch your precious hockey game.
Give me the stupid club. Where's Stanley? You like that? Oh, shit.
Well, these are the guys here that are moving the furniture. I think they're having trouble. I don't know how this is Jesse's moving service. It looks like these guys have trouble moving a lot. They probably have to get their own lifts just to lift the furniture. That guy's shirt that says Jesse's Moving Company, I think the company had to custom make that shirt because I don't even think Walmart has that in his size. So these guys are very out of shape people here moving this furniture. The person who is a fake sports guy who cheats playing golf. Yes. So Happy does, as you can see, he does tend to. I guess the ball does go about 400. What was it, 400 yards or 400 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, it was 400 yards, and it also broke a window. So I don't know who's gonna.
Actually out of the window.
I think that might have been the second. That might have been the second person because he does do it twice. So, and because he does that, that's when he goes to the driving range after, and now he did join the Waterbury Open. So we will get to meet Chubbs eventually, but I would like to show Shooter McGavin first, who is perfect for Generation Boring, to have these people fooled into these sports figures that people look up to that are really nice on camera, but are not so nice when the cameras are off. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Thank you, Doug. You know, I saw Doug play yesterday, and I gotta tell you, this guy spends more time in the sand than David Hasselhoff. But let me get a little serious on you. Now, you're all aware that today's big winner will be invited to join the Pro Tour, and I just want you to know that although only one of you gets to be my colleague, all of you are now my friends.
Well, this is Shooter McGavin here. He did his lame joke that you'll find out if you do watch this movie that he tells this joke several times. So everybody's heard the David Hasselhoff joke, who we know was in Baywatch.
Nope.
I don't know if the younger generation is going to go, oh, no, that's right. They made a movie on it. They will understand it perfectly. That was the movie that Dwayne Johnson was in. Yeah, they did a whole movie on Baywatch. So, anyways, so yeah, he told the joke, but before that, he was kind of acting like a jerk. So he's like I don't know if I want to say he might be worse than Tiger Woods in some ways, where he is real nice on screen, but off screen, yeah, he is kind of we'll just say he is a first class dung shoot. So now Happy is off to kind of a rough start here. He does he like I said, he's not good at his short game, and his putting is very, very bad. So he is kind of like a DeChambeau, real long shot, but not a good short game and very bad at putting. But he does get lucky along the way, and I will actually show his hole in one shot in just a second.
Skipper is with me. So this is pretty cool. This is a hole-in-one shot. I have actually only seen this happen one time, and that's it. It is a very rare thing to see this. So
TV or in person?
no, actually in person. My friend Sean actually got a hole-in-one at the Fairways Golf Course that my parents stay at. That was the first time I've ever actually seen one in person, so that was pretty cool. So this is more of, I mean, I really don't consider this a sports movie just because, yeah, when you play golf, normally you don't wear a Bruins jersey with jeans. So this is kind of more of a, I don't know, a funny, fun golf movie. I did.
And what would you wear if you were golfing?
Usually.
Besides your very ugly hat.
Oh, I should have worn my. Well, no, like I said, this is not really a sports movie. But yes, I did forget my golf hat, which I wore during Caddyshack. And
did you wear it during Caddyshack?
I did wear it during Caddyshack. And I wore it during Tin Cup.
Ew. That's a very ugly hat.
That's what I mean. I just don't consider this a sports movie. This is a funny, fun type of golf movie.
That does not answer my question.
And when I did play golf, I did actually I tried to keep this type of funness when I played, but I have a better mental capacity than Happy Gilmore does. I don't have a temper when I play golf. Normally it's khaki shorts and some type of polo shirt.
Not when you play with Sean, it ain't.
Well, that was at the fairways, so that's different. That's not really a real course. That's like just like a pick up and play, and it's also free. Some of the places down here you have a dress code, so I had to wear like a golf shirt and khakis. But
Please don't.
Oh my god, it's not that big of a deal. It's still comfortable. Yeah, so usually it's, although I guess it does depend which course you go to. But yeah, the free course, I kind of wore what I wanted. But I'd rather wear shorts with some kind of pockets just to keep my tees and my golf balls in. So, anyways, so now the tournament is almost over. So let's see how Happy does, because he is making a comeback. So let's see if he wins. I will show that clip in just a second. Well, he won the Waterbury Open, so now he is a part of the Tour Championship. So now he gets to be. So now this is. So now if the guy comes in last, he gets $2,400. So what he's thinking is at least he's going to make some money, so he has a chance to get his grandmother's house back. So now I will show a couple clips of what he's like on this Tour Championship. Is he a nice calm golfer, or does he like things a little bit more lively? So I will...
He's Adam Sandler. That should be a given.
Well, you don't know. Is it old Adam Sandler or new Adam Sandler?
Even new Adam Sandler, I think, would be annoying.
I don't know about that. I think new Adam Sandler is mostly for Generation Boring, where they want him just to have a blank stare. So we will find out. I will show the clip in just a second. So obviously Happy here is making golf more exciting for a different type of audience, as you can see. And that is his old boss, Mr. Larson. And if you notice, he has a nail in his head, because Happy shot him with a nail gun, and it got him right on top of his head. So obviously he's making this sport more fun, so this is bringing in new sponsors. So that means more money. And golf, as in other leagues, their main goal is to make as much money as possible. It is not about the integrity of the game. And people seem to really don't understand that. They live in a fantasy land. That is what the bottom line is. It's money. So with him drawing all these new fans, he's also drawing a lot of attention. And this is making Shooter very, very, very jealous and also threatened. So eventually, Happy does go out with Miss Bennett. That does end up happening. I'm not going to say what happens to Chubb, because I don't want to give anything away for people
Which one's Chubb?
That haven't watched this yet.
Which one's Chubb?
His manager.
The guy with the broken hand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Shooter decides to go to his grandma's. See, Happy does get enough money to possibly buy the house back. Problem is, it's in an auction. This part was not mentioned to him. So the IRS does it again. So when he goes to the auction, he's about to buy it back, but then Shooter steps in and he takes the winning bid. So he says, you can have the house back if you get off the tour. He really wants Happy off the tour. So Happy said, well, you know what? I can get the house back and beat Shooter if I just got to learn how to play golf first. So So then he makes a bet with Shooter. If he wins the tournament, he gets the house, and he also gets a golden jacket. So he gets to humiliate Shooter McGavin as well. So, as I'm being climbed on, I will show the clip of Shooter winning the auction of the house. And we'll show that clip in just a second.
What's the matter with you? Well, real estate speculation is a hobby of mine. Can I help? You lay another finger on me, burn the house down, piss on the ashes. What do you want for it, Shooter? You know what I want. You off the floor. Quit. The house is right.
Fine, I quit.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Happy, I need to talk to you.
What? He's a jerk, but he's right. I don't belong in the sport. I'm a hockey player.
Oh, really? What team do you play for?
Easy.
Face it, Happy. You are a golfer.
Well, here's the little auction here, and this is not an eBay auction. This is just as nasty though, because Shooter does snipe in and win the bid. So Happy's girlfriend here does step in, and she kind of pumps him up a little bit, and pretty much says, "Let's stay on the tour and beat this guy." And she stuck it into him that he is not a hockey player; he is a golfer. Whether he likes it or not, he is now a full-blown golfer. So yes, he's wearing the, I guess he's a goofy wearing clothes type of person now, except he doesn't wear the funny hats and the pants. He still wears his sweatsuits and Boston jerseys. So Chubbs is going to teach him his short game. So how's he going to do that? Let's find out. I'm sure it will be a circus.
Easy. The clown. Are you going to be shooting with that?
So this is what he does. He takes him to
Mini golf.
Yes, mini golf or putt or whatever you want to call it. This is not. This really isn't a good way to teach somebody how to putt, but it does make the movie entertaining. Like I said, it's a goofy golf movie. So yes, this is Chubbs. That is Carl Weathers. He is one of my favorite characters in this movie. I do like his caddy as well, even though he doesn't say much. So a lot of Adam Sandler's movies, his side characters are actually written pretty well. I may not be a huge fan of his movies, but his co-stars sometimes do actually make them. So in this clip here, he's obviously having trouble with a mechanical clown. And I have, it's kind of funny because my one chubby friend that is a fake sports guy had a lot of trouble hitting a clown as well. And that is the same one that apparently shot the golf ball at the wrong hole and at one of our wonderful courses that we played in and called it a no shot instead of taking a penalty. So
This is the same person that picked the ball up off the ground instead of hitting the hole instead he made it in the hole.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the same one that cheated and got beaten by a 7-year-old. So
on the same game.
Yes. So so this is a very cool scene here with him and Chubbs. He did manage to get Chubbs back after apologizing to him several times. So we will see how far that gets him in the tournament. But unfortunately, this is the last clip. So you're going to have to see the movie for yourself.
You're just going to tell me.
If you haven't, yes, I'm just going to tell you because I don't think you're going to watch this.
Nope.
So, in case you have not seen this movie, I'm not going to tell you the ending. I'm not going to tell you really anything else. So, yep, you're going to have to watch it. I'm sure you will with the second one coming out. So please watch this one first.
Is Adam Sandler in that one too?
Adam Sandler's in this one. Virginia Venett is in this one. Shooter McGavin is in it. I'm not sure who else. I'd have to look. So, but Siskel and Ebert did review this movie.
Yay.
So we will get to hear their review first. So let's see if Siskel the Grouch and King of the Toilet Chair enjoyed this. Let's find out.
A guy who really wants to be a hockey player discovers he has a great golf long shot in Happy Gilmore, a new comedy starring Adam Sandler. The movie's plot is basically about how Happy is a nice guy who loves his grandmother and smashes in the face of anyone who gets in his way. One of the few who believe in him is a former pro played by Carl Weathers, who becomes his coach.
It's all Get
off of me!
You just easing the tension, baby. Just easing the tension.
Well, use it on someone else.
In a pro-am tournament, Bob Barker turns up and grows impatient with Happy's uneven playing.
There is no way that you could have been as bad at hockey as you are at golf.
All right, let's go. You like that, old man? You want a piece of me?
One of the problems I have with Happy Gilmore is that Happy didn't seem very happy. He kept beating people up, throwing tantrums, and tossing people through windows. In fact, he was only marginally better than the bad guys, and a lot more homicidal. Another distraction was the movie's shameless product placement. I counted no less than eight mentions of Subway sandwich shops, including a scene where Happy appears in a Subway commercial in this movie. If you have faith in a movie, as the makers of the film, you ought to want to make your money at the box office instead of selling commercial space right in the middle of the plot.
Well, I liked it a little bit better than you in this sense, that I think that Adam Sandler has a decent movie in him. I think that, unlike, let's say, Pauly Shore or Chris Farley, who I find totally annoying, as I watched this guy, I was reminded, frankly, just how good Bill Murray would have been in this role. I mean, it's a Caddyshack wannabe is what this picture is. But Adam Sandler has a sweetness there, and I think he's making a mistake if he's going to play a mean guy. I think you ought to look at some of Bill Murray's work and see that there's a sweetness that can energize the picture.
The writing in the movie is all wrong in terms of making him such a violent and angry person.
It's not necessary.
But, you know, you're hard on Chris Farley, too, and you were last week, and I never got to get back to that. I think it's the writers that these guys are at the mercy of. I think Chris Farley can be very funny with the right material. He has been on Saturday Night Live.
Well, we're not talking about that now, but which movie have you seen him in that was good?
I haven't seen a movie that I liked him in, but doesn't make him bad.
Me either.
Doesn't make him bad.
either. Coming up next.
Well, Siskel the Grouch and King of the Toilet Chair certainly did not like this movie at all. I'm really surprised that Mr. Toilet Chair didn't bash the Subway commercial. I thought he would have loved that. I think he just got mad because he was craving Subway sandwiches at the end of this movie. He would like those trashy sandwiches. And
I like the fact they started talking about a whole nother person or a whole nother movie in the middle of the review.
See, now I'm going to actually go against the Subway thing. I thought that was actually a creative part of the movie because athletes do endorsements, and that's how he got his money to pay for his grandma's house. Yes. So that's how he did it. He paid for that endorsement, which they all do. So, I mean, in some ways, that was kind of a creative thing that Dennis Dugan did do directing this movie. I thought that was really well written, even though I don't really agree with having a stupid Subway commercial in a movie, but it's whatever. I did not have a problem with that. I had no desire to eat Subway after I saw that movie anyways. So it was completely irrelevant. So Siskel the Grouch defended it a little bit, but he was still grouchy, and these are the parts that Adam Sandler played back then. He played really kind of edgy, nasty, kind of rude characters, but he got better as the movie went on, as did most of his other ones as well. Do I find Adam Sandler that funny? Do I consider him one of the greatest comedians of all time? Not even close.
Better than the new ones.
He's definitely better than the new ones, but...
Definitely better than Bill Murray.
Oh, there's a shot. So,
Not John Candy funny, though.
No, he's not even close to John Candy. He's not even close to William Shatner.
I don't know who that is.
That's the guy in Boston Legal.
The guy, because there's not only one of them?
Well, he plays Denny Crane. James.
The annoying guy?
Well, the heavier guy.
The annoying guy?
He's not annoying. He was funny.
The annoying guy, okay.
Oh, dear. So, anyway, I mean, Adam Sandler really wasn't, from what I'm told, I never saw his SNL skits, but from what my friend said today, all he did was gibberish songs on SNL, so he really wasn't that funny. on Saturday Night Live, so I don't understand how he got movie roles, but he did, and some of them actually did really, really well. This movie was a hit with a lot of people.
Not me.
At the time, I did kind of like it, but to me, this movie doesn't really stand the test of time that well. There's a lot of other movies that I found funnier than this, and I don't think this was a ripoff of Caddyshack. These were very, very different movies. Completely different, actually. The snooty part, maybe, but overall, this was very, very different. So you cannot compare the two. But Caddyshack was a lot funnier. But like I said, very different movies, Gene Siskel. Very different. So, honestly, if I had to grade this, the casting wasn't... The casting actually was very impressive. Now that I'm thinking about this, the cast was done well. The acting wasn't horrible. I thought Happy Gilmore was annoying at times. But overall, the movie was fun. I would watch this once or twice a year, but to be honest, I wouldn't give this any more than just a C+ rating. It's no better. It's like I said, it's a fun movie, but I really wasn't laughing that hard. I thought some of the lines were kind of stupid. I wouldn't get a T-shirt made from this kind of movie with it on it. So if anything, I do recommend watching it once, though. It is definitely worth a watch, even once or twice. So comment, subscribe if you want, and thank you for watching.